Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, well, Lorwyn Eclipsed, we've got some early spoilers. They just dropped a massive spoiler and it is absolutely insane. Gonna be taking over Commander. Let's jump into it. And that spoiler is High Perfect Morcant, a 4/4 Elf Noble for 4 mana in Golgari. That's right, a brand new Elf Commander in Golgari that is going to be incredibly popular, I can tell you right now. Whenever a High Perfect Morcant or another Elf you control enters, each opponent blights 1. You might not know what that is, we'll jump to that here in a second, but on top of that, tap 3 untapped elves you control, proliferate, activate only as a sorcery, and, well, Blight is a brand new mechanic from this set, which says, when each opponent's blighting 1, well, they each put a -1 counter, -1/-1 counter, I should say, on a creature they control. Just a -1 counter would be confusing, I guess, but anyways. Being able to get that on a creature they control, well, has a lot of implications, of course, because, well, first of all, obviously, it can take out tiny creatures, it can shrink bigger creatures, and it also sets those creatures up to be taken out with things like Proliferate, which, handy-dandy right there on the card. You've got a way to proliferate repeatedly with this very easily. Again, tap 3 untapped elves you control, Proliferate. That is a dangerous, absolutely dangerous effect. That is absolutely insane. So essentially, you're setting your opponent's creatures up to be demolished. And again, yeah, Elf Ball is most definitely a thing. It is most definitely known. And there are a lot of great elves out there where you can just get a ton of other great elves out there. And then even more great elf out there. You're just flooding the board with elves. You are flooding your opponent's boards with -1/-1 counters, shrinking their creatures, taking out their creatures, and then just proliferating again and again and again to eviscerate their armies. Yeah, what's not to love about that? All while taking advantage of any other kind of counter synergies that you might have, like, Infect, potentially, maybe. If you just happen to get Infect to one of your opponents, they might just be gone. Yeah, I said Infect, poison, you know what I mean. You get 1 poison counter on an opponent, and all you need to do is, well, okay, like, all you need to do, like, oh no, yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's not all that much. You need to tap 3 of your elves 9 times, so that's what? 27 elves in total, which, I mean, that's seems like a lot, but again, if you ever played a game of Commander and you've seen elves, yeah, you can easily have 27 elves on the board at the same time, so you're just like, oh yeah, you've got 1 poison counter? Yes, I do. Okay, tap them all, you're gone. What? Or again, if you have like half that many elves, essentially, and you're like, okay, tap them all, untap, do it again. Cool, great, good for me. Yeah, the math might not check out there with, like, half. Technically, it would be like you have to have, like, 15 in play, so you could tap them 5 times. And then you know what I mean, though, okay? There's a lot of different avenues to victory that you could take this one. In a way, it's kind of like one of the most popular commanders of all time with Atraxa, because it is repeat proliferation. I'm not saying it is Atraxa. It doesn't have access to all the same colors, obviously, either. But here's the thing. Yeah, repeat proliferation with a very popular tribe that is incredibly supported, one of the most ancient tribes in Magic. Yeah, this is going to be quite good, quite popular. And of course, getting more -1/-1 counter support, absolutely lovely. Let's check out some cards that you're going to want to pick up for this one sooner than later, because this is going to be a popular commander, and prices, in my opinion, will spike around it for the right cards. So, make sure you check out that card list, link in the description below. And first up, let's talk about Copperhorn Scout, a 1/1 Elf Scout for a single green mana. Again, and keep in mind, again, these elves, it's like, okay, it's 1/1 for 1 green mana. Oh, and also, by the way, basically, ETB, each opponent gets a -1/-1 counter on one of their creatures. That's 3 -1/-1 counters in total, with, repeat proliferation on the board too. Cool, have fun. Anyways, when this attacks, untap each other creature you control. Oh, gross. Yeah, anyways, so essentially you just have to go, okay, yeah, probably sending you to your demise, Copperhorn Scout, I'm very sorry. But by the way, you're untapping my entire team. Yeah, for 1 mana. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely amazing. Speaking of untapping, Vitalize. Very simple, very effective. Instant for a single green mana. Untap all creatures you control. Very, very solid card. Again, basically is, hey, however many times you can proliferate with your army, do so again. But do keep in mind, of course, you do have elves. Obviously, there are elves that tap for, well, a single green mana. Plenty of those, like Llanowar elves. But also ones that tap for much more than a single green mana, like Priest of Titania. Yeah, you're going to be able to go, okay, I actually gain mana for casting this. Thank you very much. Speaking of mana, though, Ever-Flowing Chalice. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to take advantage of charge counters. My goodness. Artifact for 0. It's got multi-kicker, too. enters for a charge counter on it for each time it was kicked. Tap for a, colorless for each charge counter on it. Basically, you pay 2, taps for 1. Pay 4, taps for 2. And usually for most decks out there, it's set. Essentially, like, okay, you play it, and that's it. This one, though, is different, where in this deck, well, you got proliferation. So you're just going to be like, okay, yeah, tap my elves, proliferate, yeah, minus counters to all your creatures. Oh, and by the way, yeah, more charge counters for this. In no time at all, you have an insane amount of counters on this, tapping for like 10 mana plus. Have fun. Elvish Warmaster, speaking of fun, a 2/2 Elf Warrior for 2 mana in green. Whenever one or more elves enter the battlefield you control, create a 1/1 green Elf Warrior creature token. Triggers only once each turn. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, that's amazing. That's just free extra elves for getting elves into play. Yeah, and also this counts your opponent's turns as well. Do keep that in mind. That being said, 7 mana in total. Elves you control get +2/+2, gain Death Touch until end of turn. Gross, amazing. Makes your elves much better blockers, much better attackers. Have fun. And if you, have infinite mana, sure, there's other ways to win. But sure, all your creatures are infinitely large. And rules lawyers out there, well, technically there's no such thing as infinite. Okay, fine, a trillion, whatever. I don't care. You lose. Speaking of losing, Hapatra, Vizier of Poisons. My goodness, made for this commander. In certain ways. A 2/2 human cleric for 2 mana in Golgari. Whenever Hapatra Vizier Poison deals combat to player, we put a -1/- counter target creature. Oh, and by the way, whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature, create a 1/1 snake token with Death Touch. Oh goodness, you have 1 elf come into play, and all of a sudden again, you are just getting those counters out there, and all of a sudden you're getting snakes out there. Oh, and yeah, there's infinite combos as well. We'll get to that here in just a little bit as well. But, okay, technically not infinite. It's based on the number of creatures your opponents have. But your opponent's creatures will all be gone, essentially. So, goodbye, army, and then hello, snake army. Which, actually, it would actually be something else. We'll talk about it here in a little bit. Nets of Scarabs, very similar to that one as well. Chimp for 3 mana. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature, well, you're going to create that many 1/1 insect creature tokens. So, yeah, instead of snakes with Death Touch, you get insects, but still, again, infinite combos, or semi-infinite combos, I should say, are definitely a possibility. And when it comes to that, well, let's spoil it right here. Maskwood Nexus, one of my favorite cards of all time. Hey, Wizards, come over here real quick. Okay, Wizards, real quick. Can we have a talk? Because I've been asking for this for just a little while, okay? And it is the holiday season, so can you please make a 5-color commander that is just this, essentially? Like, I don't even need, like, the token creation, okay? Just this. Just the first lines of text, okay? Just that. Make a 5-color Wooburg commander. You can make it cost whatever you want, okay? Just, it has to be in Wooburg, all right? Artifact for 4. Creature controller, every creature type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Basically, every single thing in your deck is now a changeling. In your hand and on the battlefield and everywhere, basically. All changelings, all creature types, cool. You can have all the tribals. It's so much fun. 3 mana and tap, create 2/2 blue shapeshifter creature with changeling against every creature type. So that means that again, for Hapatra and Nest of Scarabs, well, they're also creating elves. You see where this is going. When your elves come into play, your opponent's blight, getting -1/- counters. And then with Hapatra and Nest of Scarabs, when they get those -1/- counters, you make creature tokens that are also now elves. It's a loop. I mean, which eventually ends when your opponent's boards are gone. But their boards are gone, you have a ton of elves, and you're like, okay, I guess I win. Yay! And if they ever get into creature and play again, you're like, oh, no. Play an elf. Yay! Or, I mean, play, like, literally anything. It doesn't even matter, because it'll become an elf. So there you go. That being said, another way to win. Funny, if you really want to do this, you definitely can. Darksteel Reactor. Artifact 4/4. Indestructible. Game your upkeep. You may put a charge counter on this artifact. When this artifact has 20 more charge counters on it, you win the game. Game is over. Game, set, match. It's one of those things that when you play it, opponents are like, in most decks, they're like, oh, wow, yeah, that'll take a while. And all of a sudden they're like, that happened in like 2 turns. And you're like, yeah, ha, elves, who knew, proliferation, whatever. Yeah, being able to just have a massive army of elves, tap them all, proliferate a ton, again, untap them multiple times in the same turn with things like Vitalize and going like, oh yeah, untap again, do it again. Oh yeah, cool, all right. Well, I've got 20 more counters. I win. And again, keep in mind that though this is an upkeep trigger to get a counter on it, which again is slow and plotting, cool, good for that, it is not an upkeep trigger to win. It's just literally when this gets that 20th counter on it, you win. So have fun. Get there. And if your opponents have nothing that can deal with indestructibility, they're going to be in trouble. Speaking of trouble, though, Galdrim Ambush, an instant for 4 mana in green. Create X 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens or X number of attacking creatures with all combat damage to be dealt this turn by non-elf creatures. This can be a great fog for you, potentially, or it can just be a way to double up your army, literally, and go, okay, I swing out and make just an insane amount of creatures, basically just double up my army, and then obviously blight. Have fun with that. Just decimating your opponent's armies at the exact same time while swinging out. What's not to love about that? And finally, in the budget buys, Vivian Reed. Consider some Planeswalkers as well, potentially ones that have some very gross, very amazing ultimates. We'll talk about one later that's just like, oh yeah, you just win. Yeah, 27 cents for this one though. 5 starting loyalty, Vivian. 4/5 mana in green, +1. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. If you like creature or land from among them, put in your hand. The rest are in random order. Cool, go get an elf. Great, good for you. -3, destroy target artifact, enchantment, creature flying. Or, yeah, by the way, -8, which will probably just do right away. You get an emblem with creatures you control. You get +2/+2, a vigilance, trample, and indestructible. Again, emblems cannot be dealt with. Your opponents are like, oh yeah, that's just something that's in play now, and I can't interact with it. Gross. Mean. Oh no. Yeah, literally just having, okay, every single one of your creatures now is perpetually larger, has vigilance, trample, and most importantly, indestructible. Yeah, again, you can very easily do this right away. Again, we talked about Elf Ball. We talked about having an insane amount of elves in play, and all you need to do is go, okay, I play this. I tap 9 elves. I proliferate 3 times. Yeah, great. Or again, if you have untap effects, sure, like I untap like 6. Proliferate twice. Untap, do it again. Cool. Ultimate right away, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, cool, yeah, I guess I get this emblem. My creatures are larger, they're indestructible. Good luck dealing with me throughout the rest of the game. Good luck. Moving on to some pricier picks, again, in that card list, link in the description below. All these cards are present there. Enchant for 2 mana in green. Quest Renewal used to be much more budget-friendly. Way back in the day. It's a $4 card. I don't think it's ever seen a reprint. Wizards, get on it, please. Thank you. Enchantment. Whenever a creature control becomes tapped, you may put a quest counter on Quest for Renewal. As long as there are 4 more quest counters on Quest for Renewal, untap all creatures you control during each other player's untap step. Kind of like a mini version of a card we'll talk about here in a little bit. But yeah, being able to just go, okay, 4 more quest counters. Yeah, just activating that proliferation nearly once. I mean, once is almost there. You're almost there. Just literally going, okay, I tap 3 elves. It's like, okay, you get 3 counters. Congratulations. Yeah, I mean, obviously attacking with creatures will get you there. Tapping for mana with creatures will get you there. You'll get there with this very quickly. And just being able to untap all your creatures on every single untap step, that's an insane amount of proliferation. Your opponent's boards will not be there. Their armies are going to be gone. And again, any of those charge counter things you have in play are going to be just, you know, stock full of just all the charge counters in the world, and you're just going to win the game. Good luck. Have fun. Elven Ambush. Such a good card for a deck like this. Instant for 4 mana. Create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token for each elf you control. Double up your army. And again, blight. Have fun with that opponent. Speaking of which, gross. Flourishing Defense is $21. Wizards reprint it. Enchant for 5 mana in green. Whenever a -1/- counter is placed on a creature, you may put a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token in play. Yeah, you see where this is going. It kind of skips the whole Maskwood Nexus step. It's like, oh yeah, you just, okay, -1/- counter, elf. -1/- counter, elf. You see where that's going? Yeah, there's a reason why this is currently $21 and is probably just going to keep going up. Definitely a pricier pick, but one that is just, well, terrifying to play against when you're playing against this commander. Next up, I alluded to earlier, of course, Seedborn Muse. Yeah, the Muse is good. The Muse is amazing. The Muse is something that, well, I mean, it's a game changer. It is just such a good card. 2/4 Spirit for 5 mana in green. Untap all permanents you control during each other player's untap step. It's gross. It's amazing. It's incredible. It is basically just a shoe-in for a deck like this. It is a card that says, hey, you know what? I might not be an elf, but like all your elves now are 3 times as valuable, 4 times as valuable, whatever the math there is, because I can use all of them on all of your turns as well. Oh, and by the way, my lands too. So yeah, being able to untap all your creatures and all your lands and all your things on every single turn is going to give you such an advantage. You basically just play 4 turns to everyone's 1, essentially is what you're doing. Now it's like, well, I don't have instant speed. It's like, yeah, but you can proliferate on every turn, so good luck. Yeah, good luck, opponents, if this is in play. Stop trying to say that Seedborn Muse isn't that big of a threat when you haven't played. It's like, it's not going to work. No one's going to believe you, okay? All right? It's crazy good, okay? Liliana Dreadhorde General. Now, this is where we get super spicy, because Liliana is definitely one of those where it's like, you might not necessarily think that this one belongs in a deck like this, because it's like, okay, well, this is like zombies, not elves. Like, what am I doing? Yeah, super easy. I win the game with this. 6 drawing loyalty, Liliana for 6 mana in black. Whenever creature control dies, draw a card. That's just already nice. That's already good. That's already very good. +1, create 2/2 black zombie. Oh, that's nice. -4 each player sacrifice 2 creatures. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I've got a big army. I'm fine to sacrifice a few. Oh, and by the way, -9. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifice the rest. Note that this doesn't say non-land. It does not say non-land. Hey, everyone, here's what we're gonna do. Every single player, other than me, of course, is gonna take all their things, and you get to keep one of each. You lose. This, I mean, I literally should just print on it, just you win the game. Your opponents lose the game? I don't know. Anything, because again, if you literally have this giant army of elves and your opponents have 1 land each and maybe 1 creature each that probably have -1/-1 counters on them already anyways, they're not going to do anything. The game is over for them. There is no coming back from that. So yeah, all you need to do is literally play this and go tap 9 elves. Okay, ultimate, I win. Yay, magic! Yay, magic! Yeah, that's probably how it's going to work, right? Anyways, back to an elf. Wolverine Riders, because that's what elves do, I guess. They ride Wolverines. Cool. Anyways, a 4/4 elf warrior for 6 mana in green. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. Whenever an elf you control enters the battlefield, sure, you gain life equal to toughness. Cool. Basically, the part that matters. I mean, that's nice. That's actually, like, it's a nice thing to have. It would still be very good and see a lot of play without, like, hey, you gain life. Who cares? What really matters is, hey, you get an elf on every upkeep, not just your own, which means that you're going blight on this turn, blight on that turn, blight on that turn, blight on my turn. Yeah, you can do some absolutely insane things. Again, with each tripper on the table, you're making 4 creature tokens, you're making 4 elves, you're blighting a ton, you are taking out opponents, and again, you're getting literally another, aspect of proliferation. You're getting another instance of proliferation, basically, with each tripper on the table, plus, extra little one. So, like, with every 3 trips, you get, 4, I guess. I don't know. You get a lot of extra proliferation with this. It's absolutely crazy. So good. Pick these up. Again, well, I as a player that is a budget player like myself, pick up the budget ones. If you want to extend your budget a little bit for some of these other ones, like Liliana, and you just want to win the game, go for it, too. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.